How long did your mom's perm last, and then what happened after that?
Well, I'll tell you, this ties back into what we were talking about small town television, because they had a man on the TV selling chairs. This man, Big Charlie, was selling furniture. And this commercial would come on, and you could call, and they would send a chair. He was going to bring a chair to your house and show you the chair in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
He was like, and it flashed on the screen, double comfort, the most comfortable chair in the comfort of your own home.
Nice.
And this is when America only knew, one amount of comfort, like double comfort.
Was unheard of.
Oh, dude, could you imagine that much joy going through your skin,
Right.
Oh, one time. Oh, okay.
Come on, I want to hear what
Okay. Just when Melissa, the old manager, worked there. You remember Melissa?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just about to do my spot. Melissa comes running over to me. Look, it's a dead mouse on top of the sign on stage. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? It's a dead mouse. I was like, if you wouldn't have told me, I wouldn't even know. She's like, don't bring it up. I'm like, motherfucker, why are you telling me this? Now I have to bring it up. Right. Now it's my job as a comedian to mention the dead mouse and point at it and put the mic to it and have him tell jokes.
The mouse did a tight 10.
Did a tight 10 of dead mouse stuff.
You're going to have to do 20 minutes on that.
So I remember I called that number because I was thinking, oh, Big Charlie, this dude seemed like a hard-working guy. My mother's a hard worker. I'm going to set him up. I'm going to have Big Charlie bring the chair, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to set him up. I'm going to play a little Cupid, So I called. They're like 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm like, this perm is not going to hold out that long,
Oh, so you were thinking, when your mom was looking good with the perm, I got to get Charlie over with the double comfort chair.
Yeah, because I never thought about my mother in like a dating or like love in her life. I just never. But there was just a reflection in her when her hair looked done that she felt attractive, I guess. And I don't know if I sensed that as a child
you
or what.
saw the glow.
Yeah.
She had that glow.
Oh, dude, she looked like, she just looked great. Okay. She looked beautiful, dude.
He was one of the best. We all went to his funeral. Everybody, it was crazy good.
I even knew Manny.
He is the comedy seller, man.
Of course.
Yeah. He used to leave, be like, I'm leaving, circle the block to see if the employees came out to smoke because they knew he left, and fire people.
Favorite. That is
fake
my
out leave. See ya.
So I set him up, and they said 4 to 6 weeks, and I'm like, we can't,
And you knew the perm at that point was going to be on the droopy side.
Yeah, it was going to be and there's no way we're going to win 2 perms. Like,
Were they still giving away perms on the radio?
Oh, I don't know, but we weren't that blessed, The odds of winning 2 perms, 1 family?
That's pretty amazing.
Come on, bro. What?
Ricky took a picture of him and Pete, and she liked, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were doing a on-stage banter back and forth thing.
Yeah. They went on stage together. It was great.
Right,
and then we talked about the time they almost got molested by some dude who was giving them money and stuff.
I know that story. I do know that story.
It happens.
I totally know that story.
Yeah.
Well, now you got to tell the story.
I don't know.
They were hanging out with some older dude who was giving them money and weed, and they knew the whole time the dude wanted but they played it off and pushed
like my marriage.
Hands off of legs. Turn one of these to a high.
So I called. They said 4 to 6 weeks. And then I remember my sister yelling up the stairs one day, Theo, somebody's here. And I come running down. And I remember looking for my mother. I'm like, I'm ready. This is, I'm ready to be the son of a furniture man, dude. I pictured us living at Big Charlie's, just sitting on all types of furniture, eating off of a couch. I pictured everything, sleeping on big beds and and I opened the door and they had 2. Big Charlie wasn't there. First I saw the chair, and it did look better on television. I remember that. It looked like a bunch of kind of discontinued chairs that they had put together in like a new type of chair,
Right.
And then I saw they had 2 adult lesbians there. Big Charlie wasn't there.
Why the fuck doesn't Big Charlie come with the comfort chair advertised?
I know. That was, I guess, what kind of shook me. And then they came in. One of the ladies looked kind of kidnapped. One of them definitely looked like an adult lesbian. So, 90s lesbians, basically, the real healthy one, and then the one that was kind of just still, trying to get an associate's degree, And they came.
You got the Boy Scouts story.
Oh, yeah, I got the free. Yes, I got a story like that. A narrow experience.
No, I haven't. I want to hear it.
When I had my boy Fred got fucking fondled with in a canoe.
No, in the canoe?
No,
Yeah,
well,
I jumped out.
Fred had a rough day because Sherrod knew something was bad and jumped out of the canoe.
Jumped out the canoe
and
before.
swam for his life. Poor Fred had a bad day.
Wait.
When he came back, because we were both on a canoe.
You left him?
I left him.
You left him to get.
But he could have jumped out too, and he
Yes.
could swim.
Thank
We got the
you.
same merit badges.
and you let the guy play with his Twinkie?
Oh, did he? He came back, but he never looked the same when he came back there.
Oh, he came back with that long stare?
And they showed us the chair and everything, and and one of them helped herself to a glass of water, the stronger one, and my mom got upset, not at them because they were lesbians. I mean, one of them was a real bossy and just demanding we buy the chair, and I remember they sat me in their lap like I was part of their family, and they was showing it off, and she threw us all out. My mother threw me out too that day.
Why did you get thrown out?
Yeah, I was
for
part
setting
of
up the comfort,
wasting people's time. Yeah,
setting up the comfortable chair.
When I was a little kid, my mother's super religious, right? Which always made me suspect that
Ethnic parents always think somebody's going to molest you too.
Right, but wait, except my parents. My mom thought she talked to Jesus. She was dumb as shit when it came to shit like that.
Right.
And there was a church, a cathedral in Patterson, and there was a Monsignor there, and they said, "Why don't you take our son?
No.
Why don't you take our son and help him?
Our
And there's
delicious
me."
Cuban son.
Right? And I'm like, Ma, like the first time I saw him, I was a bad street kid.
Right.
I'm like, that dude gay. That priest is gay. You know what I mean? And they're like, that's the Holy Spirit. And I'm like,
Oh,
no.
one of
The
those.
Holy Spirit's a bird.
One of those.
This guy's trying to show me his bird. It's
Right.
two completely different things. First day I went there,
Right.
in the Herald News, which is the local paper, he's being prosecuted for molesting 4 altar boys. My father shows up from the tire shop in the white Cadillac. The priest opened the door. He's like, "Hey, Jesse." He goes, "Fuck you. Where's my kid?" I'm like,
What?
I'm in the back throwing rocks at pigeons because I was born from the devil. And then he's like, "You gotta go." I'm like, "I just hit a pigeon, Daddy, with a rock, and he's bleeding his eyes out." He's like, "Get in the car. These are gays."
The day of the first day?
First day.
That's crazy.
These are gays.
My father didn't know.
I'm
You know,
throwing rocks at pigeons.
Just an innocent boy.
Having some fun.
That's his recipes.
I mean, I'm winging it.
His
I'm like-
recipes
I look like
started real
Goose-
basic.
I look like Goose Gossage.
Was your mom's perm okay though? Because it sounded like you were going to fix up the perm before the chair arrived at your house.
Let me think. It wasn't as nice as it was. I mean, it was like you could still go to the casino, you know, but I wouldn't go to dinner in that, under that hair.
Okay. So did you guys ever meet Charlie?
No, we never met him, and I got a little disenfranchised with big business and commercialism.
Well, it sounded like it was a bit of a bait and switch.
Yeah.
They had you all set up, and then they switched it out, and instead of fucking Charlie coming to your house, you had the lesbians. That's not nice.
And they weren't bad, and it was nice to meet lesbians, you know. I'd heard about them, and, you know, but I'd never had this sort of close encounter, and it was good. It was definitely, I felt a little taken advantage of.
Right.
But I also then I started to get addicted to calling those 1-800 numbers and getting things sent to the house, and I fell into a real dark hole with that for a while.
Yeah. All right.
You know, got a little weird after we got let go. I was wandering and trying to figure shit out, and I do some meditation and yoga. And then my wife said, you know, I know the shaman guy.
And I do like his wife.
How long is the ponytail on his shaman?
She's
You got a
wonderful. She's a
ponytail?
wonderful
How
human
many
being.
piercings?
He dresses the part. Yeah.
Okay.
He's got.
No, he said dashiki.
He's got everything.
Fucking
He
whole
came in
thing.
full gear, which
Look
is
like Africa Boombata.
He like
And the
Wakanda-
soul sonic force.
like Wakanda,
the world.
Wakanda forever. You had Black Panther in your house.
Cleveland rocks to the planet rock.
Oh my God! Poor Opie goes to his wife. He goes, "Listen, I just go to the other room, have a glass of wine. We are now in Wakanda."
What was her name again?
Carly Rae Jepsen.
Is she still happening?
In some places, I guess.
Not
I
really.
think in Canada, she's still big.
Oh, all right.
But it's her birthday. Happy birthday.
How old is she?
31.
31. Over the hill.
Yeah.
That's over the hill shit for someone like that, right?
Everything's big in Canada, though. Sheer joy is still popular in Canada.
That's just stupid, isn't it?
I mean, it's not realistic, apparently.
No.
So he came in full gear, and
with his rings made out of wood.
He had rings, he had necklaces, he had tribal drums, more than
Carvings.
one. He had tree branches.
Yeah.
He had Peruvian dust.
Yes.
He had.
Oh, tell him, yeah.
He built
he
up.
thhe did heroin.
I'll get there.
Sounds
No,
like
sorry.
it does.
He built.
My bad.
I'm
He built.
gonna go smoke a cigarette. I heard this.
All right. He built a. He built a shrine.
Right.
He had gems. All the shit, and then we meditated. He did some Reiki.
What did he
Okay.
smell like?
Huh?
What did he smell like?
Incense?
Sage.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, of course. Like
Patchouli.
patchouli.
Sage.
Chili oil.
Oh, he had all that.
Right.
Cilantro.
Lighting candles all over the place.
Right.
You know,
Look
it's
at Sherrod's face.
Did it work? I'm just concerned if it worked, or did he steal your fucking stereo set? I can say it.
I got one of my oldest friends in studio, Buzzy.
Hello, Greg.
His name's Jeff.
I like Buzzy, dude. I like adult men with names of pets. That's what I like.
Thanks, Theo.
Yeah.
So, we didn't know how deep we were getting into, and then he pulls out a pipe.
Right.
And he goes, "All right, you ready?" And I'm like, "Ready for what?"
Here we go.
He's like, "These plants that I'm going to blow up your nose has healing properties."
I'm in so far.
You're still in.
I'm still in.
Right.
And we're in deep meditation. I'm like, "All right,
We're
I
in
guess."
deep
Does he break they muddle the plants in
Yes!
front of you?
Yeah, yeah.
This a pro. No, this dude's a pro.
So then he goes, grab the other end of the pipe and put it in your right nostril and plug up your left. I'm like, all right. And then he goes,
What
breathe.
kind of big blow?
He goes, breathe in. And as I'm breathing in, he goes
Oh, no.
and blows the Peruvian dust up my right nostril. My whole right side of my body is instantly on fire. On fire.
Oh, my.
Every nerve ending is lit.
You see what a wife can get you to do?
Lit.
Let the nuts breathe a little, huh?
And you don't want to deal with the Trump talk. There's a lot of people not going to Thanksgiving because they don't want to deal with the Trump talk.
That's ridiculous.
It's becoming a thing, Theo.
You're not
I
going to
can see
visit your
that.
family? When does your political stance come before your family? That's ridiculous to
Only
me.
in recent years when Facebook was invented. Before that, you didn't know how they felt about candidates and this and that, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But now they're putting their views up there, and you're like, holy fuck, I hate a lot of my family members.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm panicking at this
Right.
point. I'm like, I feel
Is your
like
face and everything red?
I don't know. 'Cause
Okay.
I refuse to open my eyes because
Right.
I'm in such a weird place now.
Right.
And then he's like, "You ready for the left side?" I'm like, "Is it going to get any worse than this?" Because my whole right side just fire.
Right.
And he goes, "No." I'm like, "All right, I went this far."
Right, well, turn
And then he
back.
goes, "All right, breathe in. Take the pipe to your left nostril," and goes, "Pah!" And just my whole body's lit. Fuck. And then I'm just like.
He told me 2 days later, I think I did heroin. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But Buzzy, I'm excited you guys got out of Georgia. Yeah, they'll let the kids out for anything in the South. I remember somebody got bit by a dog 2 counties over. We were out for 2 weeks for a rabies lockdown.
He sends me a text. He's like, I think I just did heroin.
Well, then I'm like,
did you wake up 2 days later?
I'm panicking. I'm paranoid. My heart's pounding. I'm like, am I going to drop dead of a heart attack? Every nerve ending is on fire. I'm seeing pretty much red.
Right.
And then we're still meditating, and I'm breathing, and I'm just trying to get through this. And I'm
Right.
like, am I doing heroin? Like, I've never done heroin. I don't know. But I'm like, is this
No,
something?
it's a nicer feel than that.
So are you going to do turkey on Thanksgiving?
We're doing Chinatown.
Are you guys on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, why
Oh, that's
not?
awesome, dude.
Why not?
I like what you're
We
doing.
eat turkey all the time.
You're going to have some Chinese turkey, man.
You're gonna have, yeah,
It's either
a
gonna
little
be-
cat.
We're breaking
Cat,
tradition.
rat, pigeon.
You're gonna have some
or
hot
duck.
cat, boy.
We're breaking with
Or
tradition
duck.
this year.
No, I'm guesstimating.
That's what I told him, too. I wasn't heroin.
And then he's pounding on the tribal drum as loud as he can. The neighbors are getting pissed off.
What?
I'm rocking. My kids are like, what the fuck's going on with daddy?
Your kids are there?
Well, they're in another room, but they keep trying to peek in. So then my wife's leaving the room, and he's pounding on the fucking drum, and then he takes his branches, and he's rubbing the branches all over me, and then he's like, all right, I'm going to now fire arrows at your enemies. He's firing arrows.
Into the room?
Imaginary. We're now in an alternate space.
Okay, couldn't he imagine the stuff he blew up your nose?
Did he have an actual bow and arrow?
No. But
so you're
But he says it's
miming. You're miming.
Yeah, he says it's these special Peruvian plants that go in and heal.
I know Peruvian plants are right.
Honestly, though, after
the cocoa leaf.
You want me to call my shaman? His name is Julio.
Yeah, dude. I've had a pony before, actually, at a wedding one time.
Pony.
And, yeah, I've had pony. What else have I had, really?
Pony sounds horrendous.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
Tastes kind of like a kid's birthday party a little bit, you know? Kind of leaves that taste in your mouth.
Here's the worst part, which I didn't.
I love Julio.
What's the worst part? That's not the worst part?
Worst part, now you're getting dizzier and dizzier. There's a lot of tobacco in this shit that blew up in my nose as well. And then I'm like, holy fuck. Now I'm like, can I lay down? So now I'm flat on my back.
Right.
And it's getting worse and worse. And then he starts burping a lot, and he's like trying to say that that's bringing out negativity and all this whatever. And then I'm starting to burp, right? And I'm feeling sicker and sicker. And he's like, good, let it go. This is going to get rid of a lot of negativity and stress in your life. And then he's like, he whispers, I hear this. He goes, go get the wastebasket. It's time. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I puked worse than I ever have in my life in the next hour. And then finally, there was nothing else to puke, and I lay on the ground like, what the fuck? I still will not open my eyes. I'm so freaked out. Then I hear him whispering to my wife, like, he's going to be good now. He's all right. And then he walks out and leaves. She pays him. She pays him some kind of fucking cash. And then my wife comes in. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I still won't open my eyes. Then I desperately want ice cream, so I ate a shitload of ice cream.
Always a good choice.
And then I'm sick like I have the flu for the next 2 days, just off and on dry heaving. And I finally it was like a horrendous hangover. And then 2 days later, I'm finally sort of back to normal.
How long ago was this?
It was a few months ago.
And did you feel better?
Yeah, in a weird way, I did.
So was it worth it?
And that's the saddest admission.
No, in a weird.
That is the fucking
in a weird way, I did.
Goddamn thing.
Ready for this?
I don't mind a little pony. I don't mind eating some exotic meats, man. What would you eat on a plane? If you was on a plane crash, I always wondered what you'd eat. What would you eat? What ethnicity are you going for if you're in a plane crash?
So
Buzzy?
this is alive. We're flashing back to alive.
Yeah,
okay?
you're there.
Your plane crashed.
Well, give me some options.
You got to pick.
What kind of people are on the plane? Give me a few options.
Everybody. Okay, everybody's on there.
Black, a black dude or girl.
Yeah, all of it. It's all available.
No, give me some actual.
Okay, you got a Vietnamese guy. All right,
Vietnamese guy.
Yeah.
All right, let me write this shit down.
Okay, damn, dude.
That seems like that would be a little gay.
This is a ride, man. This is crazy. But I will say, I can't admit this in front of you fucks.
Say it.
I felt my dad's presence when I was deep in meditation with the Peruvian. No, you can. I don't give a fuck. No, please
I'll
do.
go back with you.
Yeah. Let me at least get this out and then beat the shit out of me. But I felt this weird presence, like my dad was okay, and there was this pure love and this peacefulness. I saw him. I'm like, that's weird. I don't know what it was. I'm not going to try to sit here and say I believe in, but I remember thinking this is something, and I knew I couldn't really describe it in human terms what I was feeling deep in meditation, but I knew my dad's presence was all around me.
That's interesting.
I gotta go home and talk.
This just reminds me of
he's a skeptic.
There's a viral. You can look on. There's a viral intervention episode where she's just babbling, and then all of a sudden she goes, "I love my dad."
My dad.
It's a classic.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm ready to talk about Ariana Grande. My fucking bad.
Sir. Bravo.
This is like Jeffrey Dahmer's game show.
All right, this guy. That seems like it'd be a bit on the gaming side.
You definitely got
no offense to our friends out there.
No, you got a brother and a sister for sure.
How dark?
I think the brother's mixed, but the sister's dark.
I don't like dark meat.
Okay, well then you're not going to eat there.
So now I got another guy option.
You got a Greek. You got two Greek women that are real hardy, thick in the neck, and you got a lot of people like Buzzy. You got a lot of
very white,
a lot of safe whites. And a couple of children on there.
Jesus,
and the children are on an athletic team though, so they're strong in the legs.
Jeez. I think we're driving home.
But it was one of these things where we were trusting this guy. Next thing, my wife is like, he's now blowing Peruvian dust up your fucking nose. And then we're like, why did we agree to all this? Like, we're just this trusting? Like, you know what I mean? It was crazy.
That's what white people do. That's why you get killed on vacation.
That white guilt guy.
White people with money. Thank you, Nick.
That's why rich white people die on vacation.
Absolutely.
Like swim with the sharks. I'm like, fuck you. I'm going at the bar.
Yeah, at the bar, baby.
And they're alive?
Yeah, you guys don't believe
Everyone's alive, and so you're gonna
No, everybody's only going to be alive for about another half hour.
That's what I mean. All right.
And you got to eat.
All right, you can't kill the kid.
Gotta
That's
pick now.
stupid. I'm going. I would go Greek.
Oh, wow.
I would have to go Greek.
I could see that.
Right?
Yeah. It's up to you.
What's your choice?
I'm going hungry.
Oh, you really?
I'm going hungry.
The only defense I have is like, some of the little stuff we were going to do, like bless the apartment a little bit, a little meditation together and that. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's what, it can't hurt. But then next thing I know, fast forward a couple hours, I'm on the floor puking my brains out going, what the fuck did we get ourselves into?
That's a handful.
It was nuts.
That sounds like a Tuesday
And then I'm
back
thinking-
at the homestead.
What part of a human body would you eat to survive?
Oh, I'd eat the ass off that little Vietnamese in a heartbeat, brother. I would just chomp the cheeks off of that beautiful thing because they're clean meat, I've heard. And outside of that, I'd probably save the sister. I'd freeze the sister probably for like a holiday.
Yeah.
Because we might be out there for a while.
You mean pack it in snow?
Yeah. Pack it in snow.
But then I'm thinking, is this how like another way to get someone hooked on something as a drug dealer? Like, hey, now you need some more. The medicine man's got to come back now.
Well, if that's your problem.
Well, I was getting paranoid is what I'm saying. Like,
Well, yeah, that's
what is
part of
this
it.
really?
That's part of it. If you're starting to get hooked on it, you could switch shamans. I'll call Julio. He comes. He also has wood jewelry, but it's in the shape of a brass knuckle.
He will take your jewelry. He would take your jewelry.
And then I'd have a couple of the children, man.
You're
if
kind
I
of
got
looking forward to
hungry.
this, aren't you?
Well, I'm not going to land out there and have no idea what I'm doing like you guys are.
Would you eat your own body part to survive?
I don't know
Take
if
a couple
I would.
toes off, maybe. Try to figure out which toes you could, survive if you didn't have.
I got medium arms, man. I've always had.
I know, but then when you get back
Medium
to like
arms.
civilization, you got a big chunk out of your bicep. That's going to be pretty awkward in the gym.
Yeah, it's true.
Long sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go long sleeve. But I'd probably. I don't know how you eat your arm. How you lose your arm? I ate it.
That's a cool story.
Good story.
That shit is crazy though. The blowing in the nose thing.
They didn't. My neighbors did not appreciate the tribal drumming at all.
He literally told me he was.
But that
he
part
wasn't
I liked.
faking. He
You
went.
telling me
I think some fucker just shot heroin in my
a
face.
luxury high rise
He
building
said
in
it.
New York City, in Manhattan, Upper West Side.
Yeah.
Didn't enjoy tribal drumming. That's what you're trying to tell me? I don't believe you. I can't. I'm not buying that. Ain't your neighbor Kunta Kinte?
I think that's the whole shaman story.
Bring in the funk, bring in the noise.
Yeah.
God, I wanted to hear that shaman story for so long, and now I didn't want to hear it.
I could have done with all
You
the
were
other
there.
horse shit,
You were there.
but the drums.
No, I went to the
drumming was
apartment.
cool.
No, they cleaned up all the shaman shit before I got there.
But I
You can
thought
go to
you were
Central Park and get the drumming for free, man. They got a whole
no,
tribal
I-
drum thing.
I've
over
hung
there.
Wally Collins.
Wally's over there playing. That's
Still
right.
drumming. He's
Bro,
still
I've hung
drumming.
out. I've
He's still
hung out with the
drumming.
tribal drumming in the park.
I love
cool
those
as
guys.
shit.
Love 'em.
And then you've done the roller skaters then.
Yeah, the city skaters.
I like the dude on
That's
the
my
baby
crew.
grand piano down in Washington Square Park.
Oh yeah.
Because I can't figure out how he gets the fucking piano in there.
Remember they had all those decorative pianos around the city where you could play?
Right.
They
Yeah.
left some of those downtown. Like you can find some of those still out that people still play in the public. It was great.
Now what I do that I'm single, I troll supermarkets. Like I sit by the vegetable section, and a girl will come up and she's
Hey,
like,
aren't you Carl?
Yeah, she's like, aren't you the grocery champion? I'm like,
Yeah, I
well,
am.
matter of fact, I
Yes,
am.
I am.
You're like, what are you doing in my living room?
I just happen to be hanging by the meat section.
The other day, this woman, she was like,
drink now.
she was like 50 something. Here, have some bourbon. It's delicious. Carl's home. It's gonna be fine.
Carl's home. I love that you're hanging out in supermarkets. They don't recognize you unless you have a cantaloupe in your hand.
The minute I check an
Melons.
the minute
He mixes it up.
Yeah.
He mixes it
Yo,
up.
true story. So the other day they had a.
It's like
the
when
other day.
it's like when you saw your teacher out and about, and you're like, "Wait, who is that? Oh, that's my teacher."
Oh, it's like seeing Willie Randolph without a Yankee uniform. It's like,
let
nigga,
me-
I don't know you.
I got to be honest with you guys. Being in my 40s, being on the Food Network, and
Shout out
hanging
to
out in
Willie
the
Randolph.
supermarket is epic.
I can imagine.
I was hanging out the other day, and they just had champagne mangoes, which just came into season.
What are those? What are those? Like golden? The golden ones?
You're not a girl. I'm not going to tell you.
Come on. I want a champagne.
If you were next to me, I'd be like, keep it moving, black boy. I'm fucking trying to hook up here. So check this out.
Champagne mangoes?
So
sounds
this
nice.
lady, she looks at the mangoes,
That's the
and
name
I
of
just
my second
ease up
comedy
like
album.
a vampire. She didn't even see when I showed up.
Right.
And I'm like, it's all by weight, and you have to dent the skin, and if the skin doesn't spring back, they're
yeah.
ready to go. She goes, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I'm Fat Jason Bourne." All right, let's go.
Boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo.